Almost every rural household in Uganda owns this two-wheeled machine. Can this rudimentary item truly shape the destiny of a young girl? Can its impact reach beyond the mundane routines of daily life and pave the way for a brighter future?
Today, if someone gave their story about how a bicycle has enabled them to access school and has transformed their lives, even if your mind is like negative, you will start seeing a bicycle in a different angle.
I believe many girls can stay at school when given necessary support.
Jinja city, Eastern Uganda. It is one of Uganda's biggest industrial hubs. However, venturing off her rural side unveils an entirely different perspective of life. My name is Dan Ayebale. Today, my interest is about the state of access to education in this district. There are many factors to this, but let's examine the home-to-school distance. Here is the picture. There are only 12 secondary schools to serve 326 rural administrative units, which you can call cells or villages in Jinja district. Quick math. That's one secondary school to serve approximately 27 villages. Take an example of Lubani Secondary School, located in Butagaya sub-county, 5.2 kilometers from Doreen Nandas's home. To and from school, it means she has to cover over 10 kilometers every day.
Kuba mailo twali mumpanvu okutwala omwana oyo ku isomero ng'omwana atuuka leeti bamugema leeti era nga gabita essaawa namba kitundu ng'atambwire kuba emailo diriwo.
There is though a new ray of hope since a local organization named FABIO gave her a bicycle to facilitate her journey to school.
Essaawa eno omwana atuuka mangu ku isomero era ebaire n'omugaso munene era tufunyemu. Dakiika 3 aba atuuse ku isomero era tankobanga kwati bamugemye leeti. Eripooti nze nsanufu.
When we put here our 6, where n is equal to 6, we shall have C6, H, 12, or... You look at the distant places from this school. This is one government school in almost this sub-county, relatively cheap. But the distances, many of these girls do not make it without these bicycles. But one who comes to school early, it has an advantage when a student comes to school early. One will have to revise the previous work, tries to comprehend. Say, comes here by 7 and lessons begin at 8. So that extra time added is of value to that child.
Before I go to that bicycle, by then I got outstanding, basic, moderate, but now I got outstanding.
Lubani Secondary School is defying the odds with an enrollment of over 70% girls, a remarkable figure when compared to the gender demographics of most schools in Uganda. In a typical Ugandan school, it's not uncommon for boys to outnumber girls. The question arises, could the bicycle project have played a role in achieving this exceptional statistic?
Can we confirm that partly the reason for the increase in enrollment is such a program from FABIO?
Partly, wouldn't say it is
Not
fully.
Yes, like I said, partly can we really
partly we can
mention
say that has enabled the girl child to
why?
to stay in school and maybe catering for that percentage. Our part is mainly to identify those who have challenges of coming to school, distance-wise and even poverty level. So we as in charges of the school, we know these learners. So that one is coming late every now and then. Their families who are struggling to make them to be in school. So we come up with that, and then FABIO supplements.
Under the Cycle to School project, an education empowerment program, FABIO is addressing student dropout, attendance, and performance outcomes.
We start with the baseline survey that gives us data information regarding that community, but it also helps us to know that this is actually the community and they are facing the problem we are addressing. That is our initial point. Then from there, we identify schools. Of course, schools that are within the locality. For example, if we are in Iganga, we look for schools that are within Iganga at that particular moment. And those schools should be situated in a distance that if people are walking every day, it's far. And then from the schools or together with the schools, we start the journey of identifying our beneficiaries or the students. Usually, if you just walk up and said you're going to a community, you want to support vulnerable people or people having a challenge, or maybe students walking long distance, everyone will say, I also need a bicycle. I am also walking a long distance. But in actual sense, if you did some bit of background check, you realize that they are wrong beneficiaries. So we believe that the community leaders are credible people in our community. And so those are in position to, clarify the information that is given to us by the school, especially the administrators in the school.
Despite the popular stereotype about bicycles being typically a boy's toy, these Eastern Uganda region's women have history and the cultural undertones on their side.
Yeah, it is a challenge. It is a challenge, and just that for us here in Busoga, it is not rampant like in the rest of the regions. I know for Uganda, maybe also it's so rampant a bit that a woman doesn't ride. But of course, considering that there is cultural diversity, that you find various cultures living in Busoga. So how we remedy that is again through our awareness, that we enable people appreciate the relevance of a bicycle.
The Busoga region education crisis is a complex and multifaceted issue. Child labor, especially on sugarcane plantations, and a general lack of appreciation of education are some of them. While this bicycle project may not magically mitigate it, its contribution cannot be understated.